guys, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we are going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. This was partially inspired by a new coming subscriber, hopefully. So Andrew, I want to thank you for the suggestion. They suggested that I made something about No Way Home, and I thought, what better thing to do than solve the mystery of who the sixth member of this multiversal Sinister Six is. So I actually pulled every single villain showed in all Spider-Man movies minus Into the Spider-Verse, and in upcoming movies, I guess, too, and figured out who will potentially be member number 6. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 villains that we can choose from. 5 of them are already taken up, so that means that there are 8. So the 5 that are taken up are William Dafoe's Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Lizard, Electro, and that is it so far. I wanted to double check and make sure. So that leaves us with the New Goblin, Venom, Topher Grace's Venom, Rhino, the Dane DeHaan Green Goblin, Vulture, Mysterio, Venom, Tom Hardy, and possibly even Mobius, considering that the movie was supposed to be out already. So, let's go in order of each member of the each Spider-Man villain, and I'll say what I think. But first, I want to make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on all my social media down below. Without further ado, let's start off with the New Goblin. So, to me, this is highly doubtful for mainly 2 reasons. One, James Franco isn't really a popular person right now, to say the least, so I don't think they would want to bring back James Franco. And then another one would be that even though Doc Ock also had that heroic ending, Harry having that too, would kind of cancel out him coming back. I don't think that we would see it, mainly for the fact that even though Doc Ock had the heroic ending as well, Doc Ock was known to be a villain. New Goblin was known to be Harry for 2.5 movies, basically. So I think that bringing back Harry Osborn, New Goblin, would really ruin the character in a sense, but it would also not be plausible because of Disney would probably want to stay far away from James Franco as possible. Next would be Topher Grace's Venom. This is an absolute no. And why this is an absolute no is because we basically already have it confirmed that Tom Hardy Venom is most likely showing up in this movie. So it would not make sense to make 2 Venoms. I mean, I could see like a reference to them if they do show Tobey Maguire next to Tom Hardy Venom, but I don't see anything about Topher Grace coming into the show at all. Next would be Rhino. Rhino is very likely, in my opinion, and this is because the way Amazing Spider-Man 2 ended, with Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, about to fight Rhino. So I have a mini theory right here that that's where they're going to get pulled from the multiverse. And with Andrew Garfield getting pulled, it would also pull in Rhino. And we would see Rhino as the 6th member of the Sinister Six. However, I can also predict maybe one other person being highly likely to be the 6th member. And that is actually in 2 cases from now. So the next would be Dane DeHaan Green Goblin. Again, with the Tom Hardy Venom with Topher Grace Venom, I don't think that we'll see Dane DeHaan as Green Goblin in this movie, just because it would clash with William Dafoe. Also, and it's not just my opinion, it's a lot of people's opinions, fans did not like Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn and Green Goblin, so I highly doubt that they would want to bring him back. Another one is Vulture. And this is why I think this is the most likely member. There are 3 major reasons, possibly even 4, why I think that Vulture is going to be the 6th member. One is it would make sense to have somebody familiar to Tom Holland's Peter Parker being a member of the Sinister Six. So obviously it's most likely not going to be Mysterio, since Mysterio is at least playing dead, and the only other option would be Vulture. Now, there is one other sneaky option that I don't see playing out, because for what this movie sounds like it's going to be, it's going to have a lot of setup, have a lot of story and everything already in it. I don't think we're going to have time to establish a brand new villain, and that would be Scorpion, who is also kind of, Matt Gargan was introduced in No Way Home. So I don't think that we'll be getting Scorpion in this at all. But I do think Vulture, and as I said, familiar face. Another one is he somehow knows about Mobius, and we'll talk about the Mobius thing in a second, because this also ties into that. And he also shows up again, which also could be a cancel on this as well, because Vulture was still in prison garbs in that Mobius trailer. The next one would be the Lego set that came out. Now, there's a Lego set where Spider-Man, No Way Home, Spider-Man is fighting Vulture and a drone. So, I know it's a reference to it's possibly a reference to Homecoming and No Way Home, but or Far From Home. It's a reference for Homecoming and Far From Home. However, as I stated in my Lego video 2 weeks ago, I believe, maybe 3, that it's kind of odd that they would put the brand new Spider-Man into this set, the brand new suit, and have it be a reference to Homecoming, as well as not having a lot of sets with the supposed villains in this movie. And then the final one is that there's been set up that Vulture is going to return in a Spider-Man movie somehow since Homecoming. Next would be Mysterio. Now, I honestly think Mysterio is dead, as in Quentin Beck is dead. And I don't think that they will bring him back entirely. There might be some sort of cameo. We already know there's going to be a cameo in the beginning with basically the newsreel and everything playing. But I think that there might just be some small cameo of the Mysterio team, or maybe even Quentin Beck or something like that. Next is Tom Hardy Venom. Now, I wrote down in my notes, maybe, as in he's almost 100% confirmed to be in this movie, but as a member of the Sinister Six, I don't think so. I think this iteration of Venom, even if he dislikes Tom Holland's Spider-Man, he is more than willing to fight against villainry, or bad guys as he would call it, than to team up with them. And then lastly, we have Mobius. I don't think Mobius is going to be a member of the Sinister Six, but I do think that Dr. Mobius will appear in this movie somehow. One, because Vulture knows who he is. How would Vulture know who some random scientist is unless they crossed paths before? And they would love to set up the Mobius movie. So tell me what you guys think. Who do you think the 6th member of the Sinister Six is? Make sure you leave a comment down below. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media. We're almost completed with all the goals. I still need 3 more followers on Twitter and 4 more followers on Instagram. So make sure you guys jump over there. Also, make sure you please subscribe. We're almost to 80, which is my goal for the end of the year. And make sure you guys have a great day. It's that Nerd Ryan telling you, we're all superheroes on the inside.